Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We're up in Lake District at the moment. Weather forecast, fairly grim, chance of rain, mostly cloudy, but there's a chance of some light coming through. So what we're doing, we're heading up onto Grange Fell, and so far the conditions are actually really quite nice. Warmer than I expected, but very, very windy. If I just spin you around, as you can see, got some beautiful cloud going on in the background over there, so we're hoping to be able to do something with that, but we're going to try and get a bit higher up so I can actually look down onto Borrowdale, hopefully with some really nice scenes and see what we can find. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some of that because the light's just coming through a little bit, but in case of finding that composition first. But yeah, go and have a wander, we'll see what we can find. And yes, I'm out of breath because that was quite a good pull, that first section, so yeah, let's crack on. So other than a bit of a pull up where we were, it's not been a bad sort of wander up. Lots of bogginess, but there's been a lot of rain just lately in the lake, so it's kind of be expected. So I have to be a little bit careful with the footing. But the conditions are really starting to play now. Getting up higher now, but we're not sort of as high really as we need to be. But if I can just spin you around, I don't know whether the lights will come out or not. The light's just dancing over there beneath the clouds. And just over in the distance over there, just about make out Crinkle Crags. Just over in the distance, Parker Blisco on the left. So yeah, we're getting high enough to start seeing some bits, but some lovely clouds, some lovely manoeuvres from the sort of the layers in the cloud as well. I mean, from what I'm looking at there, it's too bright for me to show because we're looking at the sun, but it's almost as if it's like swirling round. I'm probably not going to be able to get much of that in, unfortunately, because the way it's sort of moving, I don't think it's going to work, but hopefully get a bit more mood as we're sort of wandering along, and some of the sort of dry stone walls as well, try and use those as a bit of a leading line. But so far, yeah, got a few different shots off. It is very pretty up here. We have missed heather season, but there are a couple of little clumps a little bit over there still around, but yeah, for the most part, missed heather season. But we're here for the mood, and the light hopefully is going to dance for us over those sort of fells over there where all the clouds hanging, so we'll see what happens. But it is very, very windy, so I won't be talking to you too much because frankly you're not going to be able to hear me at all, which I know might be a good thing, you don't know. But we'll try and get a few little sort of shots around, a few little bits of b-roll, and hopefully we'll stay mostly dry. So surprisingly, there's not as much composition as I was hoping up here. I think the clouds are just a little bit too flat. But I mean, if you just sort of pan you over there, see the tops are just nicely in cloud. From here though, you can see a great view of Derwent Water and Bassenthwaite over in the distance. Skiddle's completely socked in. I mean, that's like just thick cloud. But I did just have a look over that way, which I was just spinning around and sort of show you. So just over there is Helvellyn, and the clouds have been running down it. It's actually sort of come down a bit further now, but it looked like a giant waterfall of cloud running down the side. Absolutely brilliant. Couldn't really compose anything on it, but brilliant to see. But some great rock formations up here. We're up on Grange Fell, which is part of the Grange Fell area, and it's absolutely beautiful. Some lovely, lovely sort of bits that, yeah, it's all a bit samey, but they work well as a composition. Maybe a little bit rock heavy, but I think it works. So we're going to keep on wandering. There's a few different areas that we want to sort of explore. In just down there, might get a lovely view off over Derwent Water. If the clouds playing like it seems to be at the moment, we should be in for some quite nice, nice sort of drops. Because we can get a little bit of rain coming in as well, that might work. But we'll see what we can find. Like I say, I'm going to be throwing up shots and sort of bits as we go. But yeah, little bits of b-roll, but not a great deal. Frankly, I'm quite surprised I'm actually stood on top of Grange Fell at the moment and it's not blowing a gale. As we were coming up, it was absolutely ridiculous level of wind, so yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, just things like that, absolutely beautiful. You can't really compose much there, but there's a rock down there, which I maybe had to sort of bring into the scene and sort of build something up. But yeah, have a bit of a play around the area anyway, get some more shots in. One thing I do wish we'd got is a bit of light. Now we did have a few little patches pop up earlier, but it just seems to have sort of petered out. Unfortunately, it's gone a little bit too thick. But certainly, sort of looking out, sort of more sort of towards sort of Dale Head and stuff like that. The cloud, you can actually see it sort of starting to form and sort of push up. So I'm trying to sort of get a little bit of sort of the rock formation at the foreground, that in the background. I might even start pushing some black and whites, possibly, just to try and sort of, you know, just mixed up a little bit, but definitely we've got a little bit of light forming over there, but it's not really sort of in the right sort of place to do anything. Now if it gets more over into the Langdale Valley, yeah, that might work, but yeah, a few bits though. Yeah, it's not going to be sort of an astounding portfolio session, but well, what the hell, it's good fun doing the hike anyway, so that's what we're here for. Yeah, get some more shots. So there we go, slightly out of breath again from the climber just then. Yeah, some quite steep bits that we weren't expecting. The idea that we got, we actually parked up and sort of went up over the top towards Grange Fell, and then sort of down the outside, down toward Rothan, sway it that way, and then sort of back up the hill, get back to the van. Now it's quite a steep incline. Coming down, couldn't film or take a picture or anything. It just literally sort of like that in some places, and because we had some rain, most of it's starting to get washed away, so yeah, it's a little bit treacherous, but it's not too bad. I mean, we're getting a little bit of light now just over in the Borrowdale Valley, but I'll still keep taking a few snaps, I think, just see what comes up. But yeah, it's not been a brilliant morning for photography, but the hike has been a bit of fun, and it's been nice sort of scouting out. I think possibly late autumn time it might be quite nice, because you're going to get some of the trees actually in sort of some nice colours and stuff like that. But yeah, what I sort of, you have to sort of chalk up to, like, sort of not every outing's a success. You're never going to get perfect light and perfect conditions every time out, despite what some sort of the videos on YouTube look like. But yeah, hopefully, like I say, you enjoyed it. Pop a few more snaps up now for you anyway. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. It helps out no end. But for now, from what is now sort of a very warm and sunny Grange Fell, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Sunshine got me wishing for the moonlight, got me wishing I was with you. Eyes are powder blue, powder blue. Dreaming, I've been dreaming of that feeling. Darling, I can stay right here, close to you, my dear, you, my dear. Oh, I got you. Now it blue.